in this podcast, I will be going over the basics of the genetic causes of cancer. So cancer is a mostly genetic disease that's caused by mutations in cancer-causing genes. But just because it's genetic doesn't mean it's inherited. So in fact, only 5 to 10% of cancer cases are. The rest of them are caused by mutations that are due to environmental factors. So you're not born with the mutation, but they happen as you're exposed to carcinogens or radiations and so on. That shows the difference between a cancerous cell and a non-cancerous cell. So the non-cancerous cell has a normal, more round nucleus, while the malignant cell has a very strange shape, and its nucleus increases in size and the chromatin become clumped. Okay, so these are the 3 main cancer-causing genes. They're oncogenes, tumor suppressor genes, and DNA repair genes. So oncogenes are called proto-oncogenes when they are normal, and they're called oncogenes when they're mutated. Their function is to aid in cell growth and send signals telling the cell to go through the cell cycle and divide. However, when they get mutated, the oncogenes constantly send these signals and the rate of cell divisions increase. So the cells are constantly dividing and there's too many cells, and that results in tumors. We have 2 copies of each gene. If even 1 copy of an oncogene gets mutated, then it leads to cancer. Tumor suppressor genes send signals that tell the cell cycle to slow down or stop entirely. So basically they counteract the oncogenes. When the suppressor genes get mutated, the signals are not sent, so the cells continue to divide because nothing is telling them to stop. So 2 copies need to be mutated for a tumor suppressor gene to cause cancer. And a BRCA1 gene is an important tumor suppressor gene because it causes breast cancer. If someone has a mutated BRCA1 gene, they're very much more likely to get breast cancer than other people. This picture shows the relationship between oncogenes and tumor suppressor genes. So the oncogenes are kind of shown as the gas pedal, while the tumor suppressor genes are shown as the brakes. So if the tumor suppressor genes are mutated, then the brakes don't work. So the oncogenes are going to keep telling the cells to divide and divide, but nothing's going to tell them to stop. So eventually, since there's no brake, it's going to crash into that wall and the person's going to get cancer. The final cancer-causing gene is the DNA repair genes. They create enzymes that fix mutated DNA. So basically, when cells go under transcription and translation, there are mistakes that are made in the DNA, and DNA repair genes go back and they fix those mistakes. But if they're mutated, then nothing can go back and fix those mutations. So over time, those mutations start to accumulate. And if one of those mutations or a few of those mutations occur at a cancer-causing gene, then the person is more likely to get cancer. It takes 2 mutated copies also of DNA repair genes to get cancer. And a very important example of this one is the P53 gene, which has the function of fixing mutated cells or killing them off if they cannot be fixed. This gene is very prone to mutation, and more than half of human cancer cases are caused by an abnormal P53 gene. So this shows some factors that can mutate a P53 gene, like viruses, toxins, and radiations would be things that could mutate it. And it's shown that almost all types of cancer could be caused by a mutated P53 gene. So from like bladder cancer to breast cancer to liver cancer, anything could be caused by P53. So someone's genome is their genetic makeup, and knowing this is very important when it comes to cancer. For example, if it was found that someone had a mutated copy of a tumor suppressor gene, it would make them aware of their higher risk, since the other copy getting mutated would lead to cancer. Also, the treatment a patient will receive might depend on the mutation they have, since cancer treatments are not uniform. Finally, different mutations could result in different cancers, and a person's genome could help predict the nature of that tumor.